Hi, my loves. I'm Coach Naz. Today I want to talk about 8 pitfalls that are keeping you from your own greatness. And these messages are inspired by Joel Osteen. I am obsessed with him. I love his courage, just his light. And even if you're somebody that doesn't believe in religion, because I don't believe in religion, I am spiritual. I believe that there is something that is bigger than us, something that has a greater plan, a bigger plan that we as human beings are unable to really capture. So if you're interested, keep on watching. The first pitfall is being against yourself. I, as a love coach, literally watch this happen in front of my eyes every single day, where I talk to people and they say, I have all of these problems and I can't find a man and I feel so lonely and life is so horrible and he did this to me and it's all about blame and what's wrong in my world. But do we ever stop and think about what are the miracles of life that are happening before us that we are missing out on? You waking up in the morning is a miracle. You walking, you using your hands, you using your body, you taking a sip of water, that is all a miracle. And the thing is, right, life is already difficult. Life is already tough. The amount of lessons you're going to learn in this lifetime is unimaginable. There's going to be a lot, trust me. And so when life and circumstances are already against you, you are actually making your life even more difficult by being against yourself. And the way you're against yourself is by the words that you speak. When you wake up in the morning, oh, I'm so tired. Oh, I really don't want to go to work today. Do I really have to do that? You look in the mirror and you're like, oh, I'm so old. Look at these wrinkles. I'll never be good enough as my sister. And that is basically dishonoring God, because you're telling God, I don't give a shit that I can wake up in the morning. I don't give a shit that I have a house that I can live in, that I have clean clothes that I can put on, that I have a car that I can take my children to school in. You are literally shitting on all of these things because you are so consumed by all of the things that are going wrong in your life. So the next time you look in the mirror and you're about to say, oh, I don't have this, or I'm not that beautiful, I want you to say, I am a masterpiece. I am valuable. I have something big to offer to the world. There's only one of me. Nobody can ever amount to this energy, to this soul. Nobody can compete with that. So replace I can't do this with I am capable and I'm moving forward. Majority of my life, I have been in that victim mindset that I'm unlucky. Why is this happening to me? Life sucks. I have been this human being. And so now when I hear it, it almost triggers me because it's so ridiculous to think that you have no part to play in your own life. When you think like that, it's setting you up for failure. The reason why so many of us naturally are gifted with the negativity and the victimhood is because of our childhood. And so a lot of these beliefs have been passed down from generation to generation. And so now I'm asking you, that torch that you're holding of negativity that your mom, your grandmother, and so on and so forth have been holding for all these generations, I want you to blow that fire out and I want you to pick up another torch, because this is not getting us anywhere in life. You're actually going to transmute your negative beliefs, your victimhood to your children. There is a little bit of pain that as victims feel talking like this, but unfortunately we have become so comfortable and it's so familiar to us that we can't see past it sometimes. And so this is a difficult pattern to break, one of the most difficult patterns to break. But you know what? It only takes one dark night of the soul to flip the switch, because that's what happened to me. And so I know it is possible. I know that there is a chance for people to see the light, and that is why I do what I do. The third pitfall is comparing yourself to others, to your family members, to people on Instagram. All of this comparing that you're doing, oh, look at her, she just went on vacation, oh, she's already married, she has 2 children. All of these things, what it's doing is bringing your vibration down, your frequency down. Now, if comparison is giving you motivation, I think that's good comparison. I think there is something to say about that. But if you're looking at people and as soon as you see somebody happy, you get bitter inside, you feel like, oh, it's never going to be me. It's actually keeping you stuck where you don't want to be. And let's just get very real with ourselves right now. There will always be somebody more prettier than you, more successful than you, more richer than you, more intelligent than you. That is a fact of life. But guess what? No one can be you. No one can beat you at being you. So you're wasting your life looking at her, looking at him, when that energy, that focus needs to go on to you. Fourth one is ignoring your purpose. And I understand this because I myself have ignored my purpose, but at the same time, I do believe that purpose and finding your purpose, it takes time. You need patience. It comes and finds you when you are open to receiving it. If you're not open, you're not going to find it. God wouldn't have breathed life into somebody without giving them a purpose or a destiny. But there is something distinct that you could do that nobody else can do. And so having a lack of direction, lack of purpose, aimlessly drifting through life, not knowing why you're here, what are your gifts? And most people that are ignoring their purpose or ignoring their gifts, it is because they're scared. They don't believe in themselves. They think that they're not enough or worthy of sharing that gift to somebody else. You might not have all of the resources. I didn't have the money to hire a coach. I didn't have the courage to resign from my job to then start my business full time, where I am putting all the eggs into my basket. I have never done that before, and that was freaking scary. You know, you would think that when you resigned from a job, you would feel stressed. Oh my God, I don't have another job, or will the money come in? But at that moment, I felt immense amount of peace. Like, oh my God, I can breathe. Whew. Feels so good. And the fifth one is accepting your mistakes, accepting your flaws, your anger, your jealousy, your hate, accepting all of that, because it's all part of you. Of course, we can learn, we gotta journal, we gotta meditate, we gotta love ourselves. All of that stuff is great. But when you're in that moment, in the worst moment possible, that is what we need to accept, that, hey, listen, I'm not a monk yet. I'm still a human being. Even though I can do all this work, which is great, this is me. When you make a mistake, God doesn't love you less. He loves you a little bit more because he comes running to you. And so when God can forgive us, who are we to feel guilty about these emotions? This is what he made us to be. He made us to have these emotions. I mean, it's a whole different story if you're using that anger to abuse and kill people. That's a whole different story. But I'm just talking about us human beings. It's natural for us to have emotions. And so accepting those ugly parts of you is what will set you free. The sixth one is surrounding yourself with negativity. And Lord knows we all have been here. You have to, oh my God, I want to scream. Be really careful on who you allow in your inner circle. And I wish somebody taught me this as a young child, but unfortunately that did not happen. But it's okay, because I've learned a lesson. You are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. I had so many friends in my life that were not supportive, that were not honest with their truth. I have realized that you have to have friendships in your life, whether you have 1 friend or 10 friends. First of all, be positive, be uplifting, add value to your life in some way. So whenever you find yourself saying, oh, but like they're my friend and I've known them for about 30,000 years, like what do I do? I want you to say this to yourself. I am going to miss my destiny if I don't make some hard choices. The 7th one is letting setbacks define you. Every setback that you have experienced is actually an opportunity for you to have a comeback. And the reason why that's there is for you to become a more resilient human being, for you to get stronger, for you to have more faith. And at first, we all get little whispers, little hints, little nudges. And when you repeatedly miss the lesson, that is where a brick falls on your head. And that is where your dark night of the soul arrives. And hopefully you're going to get the lesson after that. But last but not the least, doubting your faith and your purpose. And I believe this. Not everybody believes in this, and that is okay. Maybe this channel is not for you. Whenever you are out of order with God, that means your life is out of order. And I understand us human beings go through some shit. Like, we go through some tough times, but we also have the power to get out of it. We have the power within us to see the light, understanding that there is perfect will and God has a plan for us. Growing up, I wanted to be a dancer. I would have never ever thought that I would be a coach, a love coach. All of those setbacks in dancing and acting and whatever else I was doing when I was younger, all of those setbacks made me into the person I am today, because that was not my path. That was my gift, that was my talent, but it was not what I was meant to do in this lifetime. Maybe not now, maybe later down the line, who knows? As long as you're being the best version of you, as long as you're treating people with respect and kindness, God will show you the way. God will get you to where you are supposed to be. I really hope that this video inspires you in some way. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my new channel, and also don't forget to share. If you feel like a video that you watched, forget about my video, any video on YouTube that inspired you, made you shift a perspective, please share those videos with your friends, because you just don't know what you could do to inspire and change somebody else's life. But I mean, of course, share this video. If you have any questions and would like to work with me as a love coach, then check the link down below. If you don't get happy where you are, you probably aren't going to get to where you want to be. Mwah!